What's going on, you guys? TBR here, back yet again with another Street Fighter Duel video, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. In today's video, we are going to be covering something that is going to be future content for many of you players out there. However, considering the fact that I have the ability to do so, I want to go ahead and give you guys a heads up and get you as prepared as humanly possible for when you get deeper into the game. And today we are going to be covering one such topic and one of the most important pieces of future content that you're going to be unlocking over the course of your adventures in Street Fighter Duel. That's right, you guys, we're going to be talking about divination. Now, on the surface, this might seem like a simple topic. There is actually something going on in the background as it pertains to divination that we're going to talk about that makes it a little bit more complicated than you might think. And then we're going to, of course, go ahead and do some summons in today's video, using up some of our tokens. But before we go ahead and get into all of that and more, make sure if you guys haven't already done so, you smash that like button and subscribe. And let's just go ahead and hop into today's topic. So like I said, there is going to be a little bit of extra information that you guys are going to need to know as it pertains to divination in today's video. So I want to go ahead and start off here with what divination is. So if we go ahead and we just go to our draw section where we summon our fighters, you guys are going to be met undoubtedly with the same screen that you're normally used to, with the 3 different avenues of summoning. However, if you notice down here in the bottom right hand corner next to the draw button, there's actually this divination icon. If we go ahead and click on this, then we are going to have this screen right here. Now, the way that you unlock this is actually where things get a little bit confusing, and I'm going to attempt to try and explain this because I talked to several people over on the Discord over the weekend, and it seemed like there was something going on with this. Admittedly, I hadn't really paid much attention. It just kind of showed up for me. However, upon doing a little bit of asking around and a little bit of digging, I figured out that there's actually some confusion on how you unlock divination in the first place. And I want to go ahead and explain why that is before we talk about what divination actually does. So if we go ahead and we take a look at the mall, we go to our VIP section. As you guys can see, I'm VIP level 10, right? So I've tried not to hide from the fact that I do spend money on this game. I have spent money on this game. I'm not trying to hide that from anybody. However, at VIP level 10, you are going to notice kind of all my different little perks here. However, if we skip ahead to VIP level 12, you're going to notice right here off the top, it says new unlock divination. So it does appear as though you're supposed to be unlocking, at least the way they have intended it to be, unlocking divination at VIP level 12, right? However, obviously I am VIP level 10, so that is not the case for me. Well, I've actually had divination now for several days, and if you notice where I'm at over here in the story mode, I am on 16.8. Now, one of the other ways that people have pointed out that you unlock this is by clearing 1540. However, I just cleared 1540 last night, and I've had divination for a couple of days. So this means that something is going on with the divination unlock, whether it is unlocking early in the perk system when it comes to what we just talked about. That is a possibility. You know, when it comes to the VIP section, there's probably some sort of bug here where it's unlocking, I've heard, for people as early as VIP level 8. However, I cannot confirm that. It seems like at least at VIP level 9, it's going to unlock for you, or it's just going to go ahead and naturally unlock whenever you clear 1540. So either way, this is going to be future content for most people. But when it comes to unlocking it, however, there does seem to be some sort of bug or issue or something going on in the background. People have even thrown out there that if you buy like a certain pack, it might unlock. There's something going on with divination that's a little bit goofy, a little bit wonky when it comes to how you open it up. However, the safest way for all of you non-spenders to assume you'll be able to pick this up and be able to start using this is by clearing 1540, right? So if you unlock it any other way, please definitely let us know in the comments section, because it does seem as though there is some weird stuff going on with this system. So I wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way as to how you unlock this in the first place. Again, it's a little bit confusing, a little bit weird, but eventually you will unlock it. And when you unlock it, it changes everything, you guys. So if we take a look at our normal draw rate, if you take a look here, you guys, your rates for your normal characters here, just to be able to see here that they're all pretty much going to be kind of in this 0.305 range for your normal rarities when we get up here into our A tier characters. But then when we get to our big characters, you guys know who I'm talking about. We're talking about our roses, our bisons, etc. You're going to notice that those rates drop down to 0.005, right? So very low rates on these characters. That has not stopped the game from giving me a little bit of luck in the past. You guys saw that in a previous video last week, but at the same time, these are very low rates for these characters, especially considering the fact that these three characters, or these four characters rather, down here at the bottom, are really going to be the ones that most people are going to be clamoring for. However, that might leave you with a bad taste in your mouth. You might see that and go, oh, this game's pay to win. I can't get these characters ever. The rates are so low, blah, blah, blah. That might be the case for this particular banner, which we're going to be coming back to. As you guys can see, I have some tokens we'll use, like I mentioned. However, if you take a look at Divination, that's entirely different. So if we take a look at Divination here, you guys are going to notice that there's a ton of different items, but then we have the two big gold sparkly beautiful bisons right here. And that is because if we take a look right here, bison is in the pool here for this multi. It is going to be 5,000 of our gems, so kind of keep that in mind. It's about double what it normally is for a normal multi over here in the regular draw section, which is going to be 2,700 normally. However, what we are able to acquire here is quite interesting. So first off, right off the bat, you can actually choose which character you want to be featured. So as you guys can see, I could go ahead if I wanted to, and I could pick Rose if I really wanted to. I could have her in there, and then you'll notice the rates are the exact same for her as they were for Bison. And I could always just go in here, do that again. We'll just go ahead and pick Jury here. And if we pick her, then you're going to notice that she is right there. So very interesting stuff. That is a much better rate than what we get on the normal banner, right? And that is why this is so important. I know a lot of people might be tempted early on with the normal draw system to go in and hunt down these rare characters, and that is totally understandable. However, if you notice that this here is so much better for rates than it is on the normal banner, I would honestly go ahead and tell you to just save your gems for when you eventually unlock this, and just use your tokens on those other banners for now, because while it is more expensive, there are so many valuable things in here, even beyond the character that you need. There are so many very nice things in here. So if we take a look here, you get SS equipment. There's all kinds of SS equipment in here. You're also going to get the martial fragments for your fighting souls. There are a ton of those in there as well. So this is another place where you can get these, which are pretty scarce. There's only a few places in the game that you can pick these up, so they aren't necessarily the easiest thing to get. You can also go ahead and get invitations, so that way you can get invitations for some of your favorite character factions and be able to potentially continue building up your characters and your roster. You're going to have challenge tickets in here, all sorts of different items, all the way down to just your generic XP, breakstones, cash, etc. So there is a lot of really good value. And on top of that, you also have a very small chance, I mean, I'm talking really small chance, at getting 30,000 gems out of this thing for multi, right? So with that said, you could do a single summon at 500. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could always go that route as well. And I will have on screen just an example of what a multi looks like in Divination. I'm not going to be going in here today on this, because I don't really feel like spending any more of my gems on summoning right now. But if you guys take a look here, you will notice that this is pretty much what it looks like when you go to summon. You're going to notice the cards fly across the screen. Your rarer pull will be indicated by a gold kind of aura around one of the cards as the animation's playing. And then if you get really lucky and get one of the better things in this pool, and by that I mean I'm talking at least the character that you're wanting, then you're going to notice kind of a sheen to it. And then when you click on each one of them individually, turn them over to see what your prizes are, hopefully you end up with the character that you were wanting, and you didn't have to go in and hope on these other rates for the regular draw section, because those are going to be very low, as we've established. So with that said, you guys, Divination is an incredible functionality in this game. It is something that changes everything when it comes to summoning. It has made my progression so much easier. I would not be able to be where I am at currently in the game right now if it were not for my M. Bison being where he's at, as far as his build is concerned. Right now, my M. Bison, if we take a look here, you guys can see he is SS tier. He's at 122k for his combat power, and he is just an absolute world beater. And the majority of the copies of this character that I was able to pick up was through the Divination system. So this is something for a lot of you to look forward to. It's something that you will definitely want to pay attention to eventually whenever you unlock it. It completely opens up new avenues for you to be able to pull your favorite character and to build them up. And hopefully this is something that prepares you guys and you can start planning accordingly whenever that time comes. And that way you can start to build up and progress your account just that much quicker, that much easier, and that much cheaper. But with that being said, you guys, that is pretty much the Divination system in a nutshell. It is very basic, not much to talk about as it pertains to how it works. But like I said, the way that you unlock it right now, and they very well could address this and fix this over at Crunchyroll Games. They might end up fixing this at some point. However, right now, all we know is that it does seem like there's some confusion behind the scenes as to how you unlock this thing, and especially within the community. So again, guys, if you found a different way to unlock this than we've already talked about here, I know several people have described different things when it comes to unlocking this. Just let us know in the comments section, because we as a community are still trying to learn some of this stuff and figure some of this stuff out. And when it comes to this particular system, it does seem like there is a bug or two that has been worked in. But with that being said, you guys, that's the Divination system. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of how that worked and what it was, because I know that by talking to several people over on the Discord, as I mentioned, there was a little bit of confusion as to what Divination was. So hopefully now you have all of that answered for you. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead, like I promised, and use up these tokens. We have a total of 5 multis for the normal draw section, our standard recruitment. We're just going to go in here, hope that maybe we can get some more of those aforementioned rare characters. Otherwise, I'm hoping that I can just pick up a couple of the few characters I don't have yet, or I can pick up more for the faction that I am running right now, the Thunder faction. I need more copies of some of those characters in order to continue to build them. So we're just going to go ahead and jump in here. I got these. If you guys are not aware, if you've been playing the game every day, then you should be able to pick these multis up for yourselves as well, because there's actually going to be, if we take a look here, go ahead and let that slot in. We're actually going to have, I believe over here under event, it is going to be, maybe it's not the event. One of our events ended today. It's the 7-day growth. This one right here. So this is actually where I picked these up. So if you guys did not play every day over the course of the past 6-7 days or whatever the case, then you may not have it yet, but that's where I got those. So you guys too can pick these up. So that first multi, we got nothing. We'll just continue to jump in here. But yeah, that's where I got these guys. And like I said, with the Divination system, I would say that honestly, it does seem like on the surface, just jumping into this game, if you didn't know it existed, it would seem like getting your favorite character out of that pool, if it's one of those rare characters, would be, oh, we're gonna get something here. All right, cool, we needed him. We did not have him. This is what I'm talking about getting characters we don't have, right? So this is Mayor Cody. This is a character we did not have. He actually is going to have a relation to one of our other characters that we actually use in our main squad. So that actually is going to help them as well. I covered that in a previous video. If you guys didn't see it, check it out. But these characters do have little relationship perks that they use as well. So, all right, we got another Yang, and I think we're down to our final multi. But yeah, you guys can let me know in the comments section down below if there's anything else that you would like me to cover here on the channel when it comes to some separate types of content when it comes to this game. If there's a particular topic that you guys are interested in that we haven't talked about yet, maybe a guide or so on or so forth. Like I've already said in the past, I will try, if you guys have requests in the comment section, to appease and help you guys out as much as humanly possible. But I just wanted to take today's opportunity to talk about Divination because it is such a game-changing element to this game that I had to talk about it. But anyway, you guys, that's going to do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe on your way out. Let me know in the comments section down below, again, if there's any topics that you would like me to cover here on the channel. Link to the Discord is in the description, and we do now have Street Fighter Duel on there as well, so you guys can jump in there and we can all talk about it there. But with that being said, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. You all take care. Peace.